A band turns "Join in the Chant" into a command, tells your body to learn, and then arrives with a track called "Control I'm Here," like a nightclub just grew its own spine. Welcome to Music Storytime, where we gently kidnap your algorithm and introduce it to better taste in music. Enjoy the background music in the free usage playlist, you dirty scoundrels. Now continuing today's focus music band, Nitzer Ebb. That is Nitzer Ebb. And if that sounds a little bonkers, good. It should. This is music built from pressure, repetition, sweat, and the thrilling possibility that a few machines and a human bark can completely reorganize the room. Nitzer Ebb came out of Essex in the early 80s and quickly figured out something a lot of bands never do. Less can hit harder. No need for ornamental fluff. No need for 10 extra layers trying to prove how serious you are. They stripped the sound down until it felt like muscle and wire. Douglas McCarthy's voice did not so much sing as issue declarations, while Bon Harris and the band's electronics built beats that sounded like factory pistons learning nightclub manners. Start with "Join in the Chant," because this is the banner going up the flagpole. The title alone tells you what kind of world you are entering. This is not passive listening music. This is participation music, built from repetition so sharp it becomes a hook and rhythm so physical it feels like the floor has signed a contract with your knees. The brilliance is how simple it sounds at first. Then it keeps hitting, phrase after phrase, until the whole thing feels less like a song and more like a movement drill designed by very stylish machines. Then you get "Let Your Body Learn," which may be the clearest mission statement they ever wrote. It sounds like advice, an order, and a threat from a very danceable future all at once. This is one of the key tracks if you want to understand why Nitzer Ebb mattered beyond one dark club corner. The song helped bridge industrial severity with actual dance floor momentum. Not everybody can do that. Plenty of bands can sound intimidating. Far fewer can sound intimidating and make you move like your shoulders have their own agenda. And then there is "Control I'm Here," which is pure Nitzer Ebb title architecture. Not poetic mist, not fragile ambiguity, just a phrase that lands like a switch being thrown. The track has that clean command line energy the band did so well, where every drum hit feels deliberate, and every synth figure seems built to tighten the air another notch. It is severe, yes, but also weirdly elegant. Nitzer Ebb understood that discipline can groove. They made rigor danceable, which is a sentence that should not make sense, and somehow absolutely does. The wacky part is how influential this all became with such a stripped setup. Nitzer Ebb did not need a giant orchestra of gear to leave a crater. They just needed the right pulse, the right repetition, and the nerve to sound completely unlike anyone trying to be polite. They ended up feeding industrial clubs, body music scenes, alternative dance floors, and even rubbing shoulders with bigger crossover acts on major tours. A severe little machine from Essex became an international body shock export. That is why these three songs matter so much together. "Join in the Chant" is the rally cry, "Let Your Body Learn" is the doctrine, and "Control I'm Here" is the system locking into place. One invites, one instructs, one takes over. Put them side by side, and Nitzer Ebb stops looking like just another band from a genre shelf. They become a whole philosophy of movement, pressure, and command, delivered with steel pulse and enough cold charisma to make even silence stand up straighter.